So I want to talk about success and what it means to you and what it means to different people. Now we hear a lot about what a high value man is. You hear people say, I want someone that's high value. A man may consider himself high value. But what exactly is a high value man? What is successful? A high value man is usually, the definition of a high value man is a guy that is respected by his peers. He's idolized by his peers. He's admired by women. He's highly sought after. Whatever it is he does for a living benefits other people. That would make him high value. But and that's someone who's successful. But how do you determine success? I think people have different definitions of what a successful person is to them. Like I can tell you right now, we know that in a lot of the African American community, success is different from what it may be in other communities. And this is across the board for all cultures. Like I tell you, in the African American community, usually someone driving a very expensive car would mean that would define success. People may not even know the person's living with their mother, living in their parents' basement or whatever. But when people see that nice car, that's successful. That means he's someone to admire or look up to. And that may be that person's definition of success. So when we say a successful person, to me, I think that's a moving target. That's defined by the person, the individual. They may feel like they're successful if they got a certain position, or by who is seeking those attributes. For instance, a woman may be seeking a man or a woman with a certain, they have to make a certain income. That would be a successful partner to her. But to me, I define success for the individual. There's 3 traits I would say that would determine to me if someone is successful. Because people look at someone in a suit and think that someone who's wearing a suit is successful. To me, someone who's wearing a suit is just another debt slave. They're still another wage slave. Why? Because they're wearing that suit. Why? Because they're wearing that suit because their job requires that they wear a suit. It doesn't matter if they're the VP, the director. As long as they're not one of the owners, if they're not the CEO or CFO, and they're wearing a suit, that is because they have to represent the image of the firm. So they're not free. So if you think about it, if you've ever seen Bill Gates in an interview, how often do you see Bill Gates wearing a suit? Right? How often did you ever see Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple, wearing a suit? The guy always wore turtlenecks and black turtlenecks or whatever, and jeans and white sneakers. Very basic. Steven Spielberg, one of the greatest directors of all time, if not the greatest, you never see him wearing a suit. How often have you seen Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook wearing a suit? Right? And these guys are shot callers. Even Jeff, whatever his name, who owns Amazon, shame on me for not knowing that, bagels. But him, you may see him wearing a suit when he's out on the town. But if you just see this guy in basic interviews or whatever, he's not wearing a suit. Right? So to me, people who wear suits, we think that means success. We look at someone in a suit and think, oh, they must be successful. They're making a lot of money. They may be making a lot of money. But to me, that's not what I would call successful. The 3 traits I would say that make someone successful are satisfaction, mobility, and freedom. Those 3 things. Satisfaction. You can make all the money in the world, but if you're not satisfied with your job or what you're doing, to me, then that is not success if you're not satisfied. Freedom. If you can't dress how you want to look and wear the things that you want to wear, however, present yourself how you want to present yourself, that is not success to me. That is not a real high value man. That is not success because you don't have the freedom to behave or look the way you want to behave. And I'm not talking about criminality. We're talking about just day-to-day function on how you represent your brand, right? If you don't have satisfaction and freedom and mobility, meaning, do you have the freedom to up and go? Or do you have the wherewithal to up and go wherever you want, at any time you want? Very few people have that. Very few people have that. So to me, if you have those 3 traits, and if you think about Mark Zuckerberg, he has those 3 traits. He has freedom. The guy can do whatever he wants. He can represent himself however he wants. He could wear a sweater. He could wear a plaid, whatever, right? He has satisfaction. You rarely see him not smiling, right? The guy loves to be out. He loves attention. He loves the fact that he is the face of his creation, Facebook, right? And he has mobility. Anytime he wants to, he can get up and move and go anywhere he wants to go. To me, those are the three attributes or true traits of what a successful person is that any one of us can take and measure somebody by. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you want more positive, progressive information that could change your life. And yes, every now and then I'll talk about something that's in the media, if it's front page media, but also I'll break it down in the sense of how it can be applied. All right? Thank you.